You've now identified your career interests and your strengths. You've done your research through job shadowing, informational interviews, or even completed a psychometric assessment. You now feel more confident, right, with your career move, and now know which postgraduate program that you will need to qualify for after your degree. You've also started to aggressively apply for bursaries and are working really hard to level up your marks and to become more intentional in building a credible network. The last step is you need to make yourself more employable by acquiring skill sets and competencies that will make you more attractive for the graduate job market. How, may you ask? Well, let's start with step number 1. You need to make a list of all the possible career paths within your chosen domain. You need to start speaking to your faculty advisor, reaching out to your mentors, conducting informational interviews, attending these career fairs, and speaking to the representatives of these graduate employers. Basically, what you're doing is your research, because that is how you will get a taste and a feel of what are the possible career opportunities that are found within your field. Step number 2, you need to map out your existing skill sets with the skills that are required for each of these career paths that you have documented. So let's say you're an HR student, so you need to start looking at your current career profile. You will then list all your current behavioral and technical competencies. You want to become an HR graduate. This is your future career profile. So you'll need to look at each job profile, job advert of the various career paths that you have enlisted. And then you will start documenting what are the required competencies. Step number 3. Now what you'll do is a cross comparison, and you'll start narrowing down the list to a few viable career paths where there's, number 1, better alignment in terms of work interest, but number 2, there's a stronger match between your current competencies as well. Then you're going to work out what are the additional skills you need to acquire in order to pursue such a career path. So path number 1 could either be an entry-level role as a bookkeeper or financial administrator. Path number 2 is you trying to look at completing your articles in a large organization through their formal graduate program within the banking space. Part number 3 is you're completing your articles through a small local accounting firm. I'm just making another example of an accounting graduate or student. So let's say you decide to go with path number 2 as your first choice. You'll then start looking for CA programs within the banking industry. You come across one from ABSA, and this is what you'll start asking yourself. In terms of technical skills, am I doing the right degree? Look at the job spec. It says you need to do a 4-year accounting degree. Okay, I'm doing a 4-year accounting degree. Tick. You need to have at least 70% overall average, which for the graduate employer shows that one has great learning potential. Oh, you've got that as an average. Tick. You need to be affiliated with the Golden Key Society. Oh, I'm actually a Golden Key student. Tick. It says you need to have exposure or work experience is seen as advantageous. Great stuff, because you have just completed your VAC work exposure with a local accounting firm. So you can also tick that particular box, right? Lastly, it says you need to be team-oriented with great leadership potential. Now, you don't have this, so maybe it's time for you to see which SRC committees you can start to apply to be a part of, so that by the time you reach your final year, you have a better chance of getting into a leadership position. Step number 4 is you need to do a gap analysis and start working backwards. You can start working backwards in order to match the job description by looking at the technical skills, the soft skills, the education, the work experience, and the personality traits that is required for one to be a star candidate for this desired program. I'll be going more into detail on this on part 2 of this particular video.